makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it.
You got a new vape?
I got a new vape.
Nice. All right. Well, I gotta get into this first because I'm gonna clickbait this title after I taste test this.
That's the one I've been looking for.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis tried to Gillis tried to cuck my mom's boyfriend over the weekend, and it's very funny. He did a show in Yellow Springs.
Real quick, is this like part of your mom's like side thing that she does, like where she does like Elton John when he came into town, like did the hair and makeup and stuff? Or
no, this was just her being at the show because she goes to like all the shows at Dave's Club.
Mm-hmm.
Because she gets tickets all the time.
Yeah.
She's friends with Dave's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Very jealous. I've met Dave's sister. She's very nice. But fucking after the show, Shane Gillis was like hanging out at the bar and he kept hitting on my mom. And every time my mom's boyfriend would walk away, he would like slide up to her and be like, "Is he getting you another beer?" And I'm calling him out for that because that's one, that's very funny. But two, I know he has a lady.
Yeah, I mean that's hilarious because I mean, in simple terms, I mean your mom is very attractive though. But so I can understand why he did. But like when you told me that,
it gets better.
Oh, dude, I laughed my ass off when you sent me that text.
Dude, it gets better. It gets better because my mom was working the next day, and he walked into the weed store in Yellow Springs where my mom worked, and was like, "Oh, hey, what the hell are you doing here?" And my mom was like, "How did you know? Who did you ask?" And he was like, "I asked one of the black comics. I don't remember the guy's name, but it was one of the black comics that was there." And my mom just looks at him and goes, "There was a point in time where that man was asking where I worked and what my name was." My mom big time Shane Gillis.
Dude, your mom's hilarious though.
Dude, she really is. She is one of the coolest people I know. But Shane Gillis was being a naughty boy in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
But everything that you describe, I can just in my head visualize and hear it, the way he talks and everything.
Oh yeah, dude, I straight up, no joke, I know he did this when he went up to her at the bar. He straight up went, imagine this is the bar. He went, "You get you another beer?"
Oh, that needs to be in the a new episode of Tires on Netflix, dude. That's
I'm gonna get shit for doing the shirt pull because he's a big guy and I'm not. They're gonna shit on me for doing that. I'm bullying him.
So,
but he deserves it. He was actively trying to cuck my mom's boyfriend, and I don't have hate for my mom's boyfriend. I just think he's a giant pussy, and Shane Gillis probably.
You did tell me that. Like
Shane Gillis probably could have gotten away with it if my mom was like of low moral standing.
Well, honestly, I think it's hilarious that happened to your mom, and I would take it as like, oh, it was a positive thing that happened considering everything that has happened in like the past week. I'm telling you right now, man, I haven't got a chance to tell you, but when I walked into that store and I had to tell her what was wrong, dude, it broke my heart, man.
Oh, she told me you were like a sad puppy dog in there, like, "Stephanie, I'm just so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's so shitty."
I felt terrible, man, because she's always been great to me and been nice, and like, I was like, I hate to be the guy
That's why when you were texting me, I was like, it doesn't matter. It's not covered by insurance. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about it being totaled.
Well, I was just like, I hate to be the person to have to give her bad news,
Yeah, I mean, that's not fun.
No.
But, I mean, her and I spent 4 hours trying to get her brand new electric go-kart that's street legal back to Yellow Springs. Because it's a 60-mile trip from Milford to Yellow Springs.
So you had to charge it at least once on the way back.
Yeah. So her and I stopped to charge it, and we got food at an Indian restaurant in like South Lebanon. Very nice people. They were not expecting two of the whitest humans to walk in there and be like, "Yes, I want the chicken tikka masala."
Oh, wow.
I didn't do the voice, but I really wanted to. But my mom would have punched me in the middle of the restaurant.
I mean, I'm glad that she got a new car at least. I mean, that kind of car does fit her personality and everything.
Yeah, on Monday I got to call the glass man and have him go replace the windshield.
He's a good dude. I've done business with him for years.
Yeah,
great dude.
I talked to him for a bit about it. He was super chill.
Does he still only accept cash and everything?
I think so.
It used to be that way.
He didn't specify, but I think he probably has like Venmo now.
So I got something I wanted to show you.
Yeah, what you got?
And I ended up seeing this morning on Facebook. I'm not going to tell you. I want your reaction to it as you read it.
Okay. Who the fuck would even make a game like this?
It made me sick, dude.
How did it get the green light to get released on Steam in the first place? And why did it take a massive outrage to get it removed?
I was like...
It's a sexual assault game.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
There are really people defending this crap and angry it was removed. The world is going to shit,
and he's not wrong.
That's wild.
I know, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why did Steam even allow something like that?
Because they get paid.
Well, I know, but, like, it shouldn't have taken, like, massive outrage from people in order to remove something like that, you know? I mean...
Yeah, that is crazy to have the spousal rape simulator.
They need to investigate that person, dude, if that's the case.
Oh, they'll come up with an excuse.
Oh, dude,
it was an art project.
You wouldn't believe the kind of shit that people are saying in those comments, dude. It's sickening.
I'm sure. I'm surprised. A lot of them are probably bots, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's people in there defending... I seen one guy that said, oh, it's not that bad. It's virtual, but you know what? Would you rather have somebody do this in a game or in real life? And I'm like, how are you going to say something like that to justify that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I just don't... I don't understand people.
It's the same people that, like, make paintings of, like... bring your voice down a little bit, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
It's the same people that make paintings of, like, child mutilation and stuff that, like, the Pizzagate dudes had.
Yeah.
It's like they're just fucked up people that get paid to do something, and...
I just hate...
they get to express their art in a way that's disturbing, and it's really just their own fucked up brain being like, I want to do this.
Yeah, it's just sickening, dude. I hate to see shit like that. Also, side note, Steven is... Which, by the way, check out Lost Paladin Plays.
We plug him at the end of every episode.
Every time. But he...
We're going to plug him anyway.
So, Steven texted me yesterday.
Literally, I've never watched his videos. I need to.
They're funny.
I know.
Especially some of the Sea of Thieves videos.
I am subscribed to him. I just never have clicked on it.
He put one out the other day where this dude just absolutely murked his ass on Sea of Thieves and sunk his whole ship and everything. Like, it was funny. But, yeah, he sent, I told you he's building a PC.
Yeah.
And, he wanted your advice.
Yeah, and I thought the list he had picked out was pretty solid.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for a starter.
Well, he got on Amazon to buy a part.
Good luck.
And I think it's
I use Newegg.
I think it's a GPU, I think. And,
ooh, he might get gypped.
Well, that's the problem.
He's getting gypped.
It's a, yeah, it's a GPU. And...
He's getting robbed by the Chinese.
I don't know how much he paid for it. But he's like, oh, okay, well, they didn't give me any tracking number.
Tough.
Or none of that. And he's like, it's supposed to arrive tomorrow, and it doesn't even tell me if it's been sent out yet or not. And,
hey, it's straight from Taiwan, that's why.
And it said expected April 11th through April 16th. But like I said, no tracking number, no nothing.
Dude, I get that. So that car part that was on my front patio was the same way.
Well, he looks into it yesterday, and then he finds this.
It's brutal.
Yep. And I said, dude, you need to get a hold of Amazon and get your money back.
I like the random bot that says shirt is nice but a little thin.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, it's a scam.
And I was like, dude, you always got to check those reviews before you buy. I said I had to learn that the hard way.
Dude,
and
I don't buy expensive computer parts on Amazon. I buy them on Newegg because you can bundle the prices there and save money.
Well, he's been on Steam doing a lot of his like achievements and stuff like that. And while I've been working on the PS5.
My friend Whitney is one of those. It's a completionist people. He's a lot like you guys. I'm someone who's like I have so many games that I've played like 2/3 of the way through, and then I'm like, I'm getting burnt out. I need to play something else, and it'll be like 6 months before I come back to it.
Well, here's the thing. PlayStation and Xbox both do this. I don't know if Steam does, but PlayStation made it to where that the more trophies you get, you can cash those points in for gift cards and stuff. So it takes a little while, but
Steam. So Steam has like their own Steam point shop, and it's mostly like customizable items related to the games that you've earned achievements in.
You can do that too, but yeah, PlayStation offers like gift cards that you can get, like where you can use on the PS Store and all that.
Hang on, I can show you my Steam profile.
Because we're up to I think we're up to 33, 34 platinum trophies. And that's been over the course of 6, 7 years.
Yeah. But yeah, these details on my profile, they're all things I bought from the store with points I earned from gaming.
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. It's good to see that they at least offer that.
Yeah. But this is going to be a pretty short episode. I'm just going to throw something up because we are trying to move, and Kara is very sick right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, she's in the background.
Bad for her.
Not good.
But
that's why, and really, that's why I just wanted to put that story about Shane Gillis.
Yeah, that's freaking hilarious.
That's very funny. And I hope I meet him one day so I can shake his hand. I did DM him on Instagram and say, that's hilarious, thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he has no idea who I am, but
they say he's a pretty chill guy, though.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I
would have loved to go see his stand-up. That would have been great.
I know. What's funny is his show was on Kara's birthday.
Yeah, I remember you
That's
telling
why
me
I was because I had the opportunity to go. So I would have seen him hitting on my mom if I wasn't out at a dinner with Kara, which is pretty funny.
Granted. Well, I know. Are you excited now?
Yeah, I'm very excited, but it's not done yet.
It's not, but you already got past the hard part, though.
Oh yeah, now it's just the shuffle fuck of all the crap, and that's why all this has got to come down soon, like my whole setup. So that's another reason this has to be short.
I kind of figured that this was going to be one of the last things that you ended up packing up.
Yeah, this and the TV and Xbox in the living room and stuff.
You want to keep your basic necessities up until the day you move.
Yeah. But I'm going to cut this short.
Yep.
This is, thank you for watching, guys. Check us out.
All right. Yep. Game challenges on YouTube. Lost Paladin Plays on YouTube. And Scarecrow Gaming. Correct.
Yeah. Close enough.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye.
I showered today, and I think my hair is still... it doesn't look bad.
I took a shower before I went.
It's pretty Hitlery right now.
I took a shower last night before I went to bed, and then, I hate doing that because my hair just goes crazy when I wake up. Yeah, and I'm still waking up.
Yeah, well, we are recording, so this is going to be the cut right here, where we start so I took Kara to the ER, mostly just because she was very dehydrated.
Yeah, she needs those IV fluids at that point.
Yeah, she'd been sweating all morning after throwing up. And so while I'm sitting in the ER, I'm dealing with the cuntiest nurse.
That's what you were texting me. You were like, man.
Dude, and I couldn't even get, a smidge mad. I couldn't even get a smidge aggressive because they were going to fucking just have the security guard throw me out.
You know what? I can relate to your situation on one account, and I don't think I've ever told you this. So, our older brother Tony, which don't know where he is, haven't talked to him in a couple years. So, but he, when I was 17, and I remember it because of when I had my Saturn SC2 I told you about.
Yeah.
So, I picked him up from a party one night over there off the Stop 8 Road.
Yeah.
And I had picked this buddy, Mike Coberly, up with us. It's a 2-door car, It's not a big car. It's smaller than that
I love how you
Acura.
just dox people that live in the Dayton
Oh,
area.
these
all the
people,
time.
I don't even give a shit.
I know.
Like, even if they did still live there, I wouldn't even
I
give
know.
a shit.
It's just funny that
You want to go
you're just like-
firebomb my house, be my guest.
Well, no,
And,
it's,
like-
I mean, it's just like you're just like, yeah, so and so is a fucking retard.
Yeah, so
It's like no one will ever see this.
the thing is, like, I'm very particular on what I put out there anyway. But
I mean, yeah, no, I know. We there's a lot of hooliganry that we can't talk about on the public. So
yeah. So I picked Tony up from this party one night, and Mike is So Mike gets in my back seat, and he's pissed drunk, man, pissed drunk. I'm driving, and Tony's walking out of the house to get into the front seat, and he gets jumped in the front yard from the
Nice.
people at there. This dude picked up a brick and beat him in the face with it
Nice.
while I was there. Luckily,
that's like Tony's got that big ass fucking bridge spot on
Yep.
his nose.
yep. I mean, they about beat him to death,
Yeah,
and
I mean, you get hit with a brick once, I'd be like, oh,
look, I mean, that was like at the time, like, you know, I wasn't really supposed to be carrying a gun on me, but I did anyway. And I got him in the car. I fucking drove like 120 miles an hour down the highway. I mean, it was quicker for me to do that than call paramedics.
oh yeah, no, especially around here.
Yeah, the whole time down there, man.
Montgomery County paramedics are the slowest paramedics.
Oh, they are.
on
Their
the
response
planet.
time is terrible, man. And
I've seen faster paramedics in Syria, and they don't even have an ambulance there.
Well, they the whole time while I'm shifting gears and everything, man, you know, and like Mike's in the back seat, drunk as fuck, screaming like a schoolgirl, like
Tony's bleeding
because he's
everywhere.
bleeding out, and like I'm trying to get Tony to stay awake. I'm like, stay awake, dude, stay awake.
And Mike's just being a giant pussy. in the
Exactly.
back.
And I stopped in the middle of the highway, man, and I reached back and I beat the shit out of him in the back seat to get him to stop. And
Mom. You're like a mom.
and then I'll turn this fucking car around. But no, man, like I spent that whole time down there like keeping him awake. And then I like pulled up in front of Miami Valley is where we took him. And I got him in a wheelchair and I'm in the fucking ER like yelling at him to stay awake. And this security guard has enough nerve to come and tell me because they're making us wait.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, that shit's not cool. Like, he's like, you can't be yelling at him. I'm like, I'm trying to get him to stay awake. Do you not see? Face is full of blood, dude. He can barely, like, dozing off.
Yeah.
You know-
he obviously has a concussion. If he passes
Oh,
out, he
yeah.
could die.
I mean, and
Dude, this is what I was dealing with because I was like, she is dehydrated as shit. She's experiencing vertigo currently. She can't walk and she has lost control over like her vomit and like everything else. Like, so she's paler than shit.
Mhm.
And this cunt just keeps
Hi.
this cunt just kept cutting me off while I'm trying to explain to her, like, we don't need a room. We just need a fucking bed and an IV bag. And she was like, we don't do that. And I was like, the fuck you don't? But I couldn't say that.
Do you feel better today?
I do, yeah.
Good.
I haven't tried to eat anything solid yet.
There's
Keep the liquids
crackers and
down,
stuff.
so.
I know when you called me, or like texted me yesterday, you're like, hey, can you go into the house and like grab this out of the dresser? I'm just trying to be respectful. I didn't really feel comfortable really going through your guys' shit.
Well, that's why I
So,
told you the
like,
black dresser, because that's all my clothes.
And I was like, yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was like, don't worry about it. They gave her some scrub pants. But we were like situated right next to the nursing station in the ER, like in the hallway before they gave us a room. And I could hear the fat black nurse around the corner, around just glass, just a piece of glass it's not even enclosed. Like, it is a wall that I could stick my head around and be like, could you shut the fuck up? Because they were talking shit about me, being worried about her being dehydrated.
Oh, I believe it.
And then I was watching her IV drip, which was going slow as fuck, so I adjusted it to go faster. And one of the nurses was staring at me like, what are you doing? And I was just staring
You know what?
at...
If you really, I was going to send this to you yesterday. I was like, you should have just been like, I was a medic in the army. Like that. Yeah, that's what you should have just said. I know you weren't, but like,
I essentially am. I'm me.
You've got the first aid courses.
I've got
and
all the
that,
first
yeah.
aid courses. The only thing I haven't done is stitch the goat back together, but I can save somebody's life if
Fair
I
enough.
need to. And I've actually dealt with real world dehydration and hypothermia problems. I've dealt with those and had to triage those situations. So I was getting pissed. And the whole time just staring at this sign on the wall that says, we have a zero tolerance policy for any aggression, and it's against the law.
Oh,
any
yeah,
aggressive words or actions are illegal. And I was like, I'm going to rip this and
I know
beat
what you're
someone
talking
with
about,
it.
because like if you go, because that's part of Miami Valley to be in Premier. And then Jessica worked at Miami Valley down here, downtown, and main campus. And when I would go up in the elevator each time to go see her, they got that sign plastered in the elevator. It's like, any aggression or violence towards our staff is illegal and will be prosecuted, and and all that. Which, granted, I do understand after some of the things that she has told me that has happened at work.
Yeah, but at the same time, they don't
help it.
No,
they
these
don't.
Stupid cunty nurses think that gives them every right to be rude. Your entire job is based around bedside manner. When someone isn't being rude and you just come off as rude, I want to break the 2-inch thick glass in front of you just to prove a point. I wouldn't touch the nurse, but I was thinking about it. I was like, I could Sparta kick that glass right off its hinges and freak everyone out and then sit down.
See, they're you know what, man? It seems like ever since like COVID happened, they're like a lot of these nurses like bedside. It's just terrible now.
It sucks ass. Like these nurses were filming people die and doing TikTok dances, and then they got blasted for it, and then they got called heroes because they wanted to be called heroes. It's the dumbest, stupidest, most narcissistic people on the planet are nurses. That is 90% of them. There's 1 or 2 people that are in it for a good reason. And I think we dealt with one of those yesterday. His name was Steven. He was a very tall, skinny twink. He was very nice, though.
Now, like I said, I mean, after everything that I've got to see over the years, especially dating a few women that have been nurses, they
yeah, because you chase narcissistic cunts.
Oh, I do. And anyways, but Dave, granted, no matter what has happened to me personally, I've watched them do their kind of work. And
no, I understand a lot of them deal with shitty situations.
They do. And that's what brings on a lot of that. Because, look, man, if I went to work every day and I had to roll fucking, what they call roll patients on beds and shit that are 400 and 500 fucking pounds, and then on top of that, you're trying to get people to listen, to do what they're supposed to do to get them out of that situation. I experienced
some of that. While we were in the hallway, there was like an old lady that like 2 nurses went in there, and they're like, hey, we're going to clean you up because you're going back to the nursing home. And she was like, don't fucking touch me.
Well,
and they were like, you don't want us to clean the shit off of you? And she was like, don't get the fuck out.
Well, like Grandpa, when he got that, it's basically like a roto-rooter for your veins in your legs because of congestive heart failure.
Yeah.
When he got that one leg done, he was up there and he's like, it was like a couple hours after they did it. Now, the thing is, they do a heart cath when they do that. Right. So they have to keep pressure on your leg for hours. And then, you're not allowed to lean up. You're not allowed to move, And
I'm sure he hated that.
Oh, God, he hated it. And he's like, they're not letting me take my pain medicine. They're not letting me do this. And I was like, Grandpa, I get what you're saying. I was like, you got to deal with it for the time being. I was like, this is a procedure.
This is a medical procedure.
Yeah,
so
like,
you do have to listen to them. But my instance especially is just like, dog.
It's not needed when you're concerned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was literally, all she needs is an IV and some anti-nausea medicine. And the nurse was like, we can't do that. And I was like, you're fucking lying. I had an appendectomy. I got sent to a military hospital on a weekend, and they said, sorry, we don't have surgeons. So I got sent to a civilian hospital. And then they put me in a room, and then they kicked me out of the room to put someone with COVID in that room. So I sat in a hallway with a fucking fentanyl and drip and like shit for hours in a hallway.
Yeah.
And my appendix was bursting.
Well, when our uncle just went to the hospital,
you're
about a month and a half ago?
So you're at that hospital, like, for one reason or another. You're at the hospital for, like, every other week.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how the family is, man. Like, but I'm the person who is the caretaker for all of them, and then
Not for much longer.
no, not for much longer. But on top of that, I've got more medical experience than anybody in our family, like because of the amount of shit that I've had to deal with.
I know, and
like,
everyone says shut up.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, I just did this like 6 months ago with Grandpa.
It's the same thing with mechanic work. They do the same shit with me.
I know,
and because I don't have ASC certs, but even if I did, they still probably do it. Anyways, but
this is what's weird. What's weird about the family is they think that paper certifications mean everything.
Yeah, I know.
And that comes from Grandpa. That comes from both of them, actually.
It comes from every bit of them. So
yeah, I mean, it's because all of them have some sort of cert.
I love Grandpa to death, but it's just like he drives me up the wall sometimes. But yeah, when Raymond was up there, he had that pneumonia and stuff really bad, and then people lined down the hallways, dude, because they had nowhere to put anybody, and it was terrible.
Yeah, it is crazy that they are so
they kept them in
understaffed and everything, but these hospitals are massive. You'd think that they'd have enough fucking
Dude, they
rooms.
were turning people away when I was there that day.
So
they were like, no, we're going to recommend you. That's like when they had that new...
How long is saline solution good for? Pretty indefinitely, right? It's just salt water.
Usually, because, I mean, even though it's sterile, usually, I think it's got an expiration date of a year on it.
We're just going to start stocking up on shit like that.
Oh, I'll help you build kits like that. I've done it before.
Yeah, no, I know, but there's many big plans. Did you walk around the inside of the house, by the way, yesterday?
Yes. I love it.
It's great.
It's so great.
It's a beautiful home.
It's like, I went and looked at the room. Your guys' master bedroom is fucking cooler and shit.
I know, right?
I love the walk through, like, bathroom and stuff.
We're gonna change that bathroom around. Our realtor suggested we take out the door and just put like a shower or a tub there on that wall. Mm-hmm. But I think we should get rid of the closet that opens on both ends and just cut off the end that's in the master bedroom and just put like a standing shower.
Oh, you could do that. It's not difficult at all.
Because I was thinking we could put a bigger tub in the other bathroom because it is bigger.
I didn't actually like look in the other bathroom. It was a quick walkthrough because with the way that the truck's been acting, I was up on a hill and it being a stick shift, I was like, I don't want it to go through the neighbor's house. Like,
really funny. But no, it's a beautiful house.
Absolutely.
You like the floors and everything?
I do.
So
and especially like going through, none of the bedrooms have carpet.
No, there's no carpet.
I love that.
Yeah, which is really good for the cats. And Snickers is allergic to everything.
And that, because that gives you the the option, like if you want to be like, hey, I'm gonna put like a rug in here or something.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get, like area rugs and stuff. The Florida room. What'd you think of that?
I thought it was really cool, but I went through that room when I first went by and took a couple pictures when I was out there for a couple of jobs, and it's a lot of space and it's really enclosed, but the door was open to the sunroom. Yeah,
I know. That's why it smells like that in there, because he left it open one of the days that he was doing work. But we're gonna cut all that carpet out anyway, and I'm gonna put some like laminate hardwood, like the not the real hardwood, but like the ones it's like the puzzle pieces that
snap together.
Yeah,
have you ever put that in?
No,
it's a bitch.
Well, Kara's dad did it. He bought some. That's not that hard.
Like, remember we did the one in the trailer, and it was. Granted,
I'll find something.
Granted, the trailer, the floors get uneven and everything, and makes it more difficult.
Yeah.
But biggest recommendation I can put is put the insulation foil up under it. Always put that under it.
Oh yeah, that's what Kara's dad did when they had it. They had that insulation foil, and then he put paper down over it.
Yeah, the insulation foil, it helps with noise, and then on top of that, it helps with keeping it not as cold. But
yeah, that's and then the garage, dude.
I love it. Love it.
The garage.
Absolutely love it. There's so much fucking room in there.
I know. So it's going to be a little smaller because that gray spot on the floor, that's pretty much all going to be walled in, hopefully by fall. That's going to be probably the first thing I do, just because that's going to be the laundry room, and it's going to be where we smoke weed and probably where we put the litter boxes.
I'm surprised you just don't use the sunroom to smoke backer?
Well, that's primarily going to be like for the cats.
Like a catio almost.
Yeah, so it's going to be like a catio. We're going to have their litter boxes out there until I finish building the mud room in the garage. And then, yeah. But it's a nice house, dude. And then you see what I mean with the yard, what I want to do with the front yard.
How you want to level it out, put a wall there.
Yeah. I was thinking we could probably do two tiers just to make it less work intensive and not have to worry about the wall collapsing, because that is the only downside is like it'll like I know
my question is, are we gonna have to get a permit for it?
They can suck my dick. A permit, it's my property.
I know, I'm just saying. I know the last thing we want to deal with is like what you're already dealing with here.
Well, yeah, ordinances, but no, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm doing landscaping.
I mean, worst case scenario,
I'm not doing construction, I'm doing landscaping.
Yeah, I'm at worst case scenario, you got to get a small permit for it. Yeah, worst case.
I got to get a permit for landscaping, because that's how I'm going to phrase it. It's landscaping. Then I'm going to immediately be like, all right, how do I get on city council and get rid of this shit? But I'll get massively political so fast and be like, how do I get rid of this tiny ordinance that affects only me?
What I said before, that I love how it's all in town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just right past the main intersection. Mm-hmm. Like, what's funny is, like, if you leave the house and you go to that intersection, if you turn left, my armory is like 5 minutes down the road.
Is it really?
It's right next to the Arby's.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually be like, "Hey, you want to
come back?" People are gonna hit me up and be like, "Can I stay at your house?" Like, no.
So, have you decided, like, what rooms were going to be which outside of the master bedroom? Or?
So the one directly across from the master bedroom, that corner room, is probably going to be the office.
I'm okay with that.
And then you'll get the one that's a little further down the hall, across from the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that. Yeah. So, because
they're the same size room.
I kind of figured this what you guys were going to do. Plus, how I am about feeling like I'm intruding.
Yeah,
so, like
you need your little Heidi cave.
Yeah. So, I mean, it gives you guys your privacy, and obviously everything else. Like, and if I'm up at night or something, and you guys are in bed, then
Kara stays up fairly late, so like you're not really, as long as it's not like fucking 3 a.m, you're screaming at COD. Like,
and I don't do that anyway.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't care. That's all I care about too. Like, if you start screaming at COD, I might wake up and be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I know. Dad'll wake you up in the middle of the night and be like, "Hey, you got fire watch."
You do that, I'll punch you in the face so hard.
I remember sending you that text late a couple months ago. You were like, "Fucking kill yourself."
Dude, so it's because it's like an active joke we hit each other with, because Firewatch is only a thing in like basic training. Because like it's just to prep you for like waking up for like guard shifts and whatnot. But we would like just wake dudes up randomly, like out on the range, and be like, Firewatch.
I know.
Like, fuck you, man.
I think the one I've seen better than that was like a guy. He was actually doing that, and then like he fell asleep in the car, and they're like, "Hey, like, so and so is like trying to get a hold of you," and he's like, "Oh, radio," and he's like, "Landline," and he's
landline is a brutal statement to hear. That means you're fucked. That means the dude is gonna cuss you out, and he can't say the words over the radio because everyone's listening, waiting for you to check in.
It's amazing that I'm not even military, but I know what all that shit is.
Yeah, I mean, you've been around me for a while, and Raymond.
Most of the family, yeah.
But I love that video because the dude, because that was an MP sitting in his personal vehicle, and they were both sleeping. And he sits up and he goes, "You're lying." "Nah, bro, they calling for you." He looks over, he goes, "Bruh, you were supposed to be awake. You sleep, then I sleep." It's the perfect video because he's so angry because he knows that his buddy fucked him, and they're both about to just get fisted for days.
So,
it's so funny. It sucks when it happens to you, but I love to see it.
Oh, man. Yeah, those videos are hilarious. I mean, especially like some of the comedian guys that are either active or ex-military that are usually running the channels, like the one that you just sent me the other day. Is like, now that I've seen this, you got to see it now.
Oh,
Like,
mandatory fun day.
yeah,
he's an
he's-
active Mustang right now. He's
Yeah,
a cool dude.
he's hilarious, man. Him and
He looks like Perry the Platypus.
trying to think of another one that was that we watch as well. But yeah, I mean those guys are all hilarious though, man.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it, like, is just, like, trying to get people to join the military in a fun way. But, like, I think Mandatory Fun Day is one of the few guys who would be honest with you and be like, if you're not sure, don't fucking do it.
And then you got like the psyops, like Luhan and
Oh, yeah, Luhan, and then there's a fucking million of those.
Mhm.
And I knew early that Luhan wasn't lying about being in a psyop because, like, I tried out for psyops when I was down in Fort Stewart. I was eligible for psyops. If I hadn't taken my guard contract, I would have been one of these fucking influencer faggots, probably, or they would have just sent me somewhere
she's
to go.
very effective at it though.
I mean, yeah, of course. She's a gun bunny that wears the uniform.
She's fucking gorgeous though, man. I'm not gonna lie.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
But the problem is that, like, god damn it, she's just getting retards.
Oh yeah.
She's just snagging retards like a hook. It's like she's pulling them
That
from
bonus
a crowd.
that she must get is a fat fucking check, I bet. So.
She doesn't. I don't think she even needs a bonus from them. She just gets money.
Yeah,
She has brand deals and all sorts of shit.
that's true.
Which is like, that's cool. Get your bag. I don't think I could sell out like that hard for anyone.
My main question is, where are we putting the armory?
We're building it under the house.
Okay, I'm good with that.
We have a crawl space, and god damn it, we got to expand the entrance. The entrance is a cunt to get into, first of all, because it's like it's set into the ground. Because the crawl space is all, it's like a real, like, it's all brick lined. The walls are, and then it's all plastic wrapped currently.
That's good though.
Oh, very good. It's one of the things I made him do. But the door is like 2 feet down inside one of those, like, you've seen them, like the basement that have like the half circles of like dugout, and it's supposed to be like a basement window.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. So I need to expand that out, and then because I want to put a tornado shelter in because it's fucking Greenville, and I'm surprised the house doesn't have one. And I can build a tornado shelter.
Yeah.
We're dumb enough to figure out how to monkey a tornado shelter.
Yeah.
So once we start that process, then we can start planning the armory. Because the way I'm thinking, right, is once we have the fucking 10x10 room down there, we get the entrance ready, and then we put a shed on top of that.
That would work.
And then all you got to do is just go out the sunroom and pop.
Good idea.
I'd be thinking a lot about stuff. This is
amazing.
all I've wanted for so long is my own property to do my own shit with. We gotta redo the yard, the backyard, the front yard. We're gonna put a path into the backyard around the side.
And of course, and then we have to have, slaves and landmines and
Of course.
yeah.
We gotta put a new fence in. If we level out the front yard, we might as well kind of level out the backyard a little bit.
Yeah, that backyard is gonna need.
It needs work.
It needs some work.
So eventually, we're gonna work on bringing those trees down. I'm gonna keep all that wood. But I want, because the backyard is about a foot higher at the very back than it is where
it kind of goes
it
up
slopes
a little
up.
bit.
So what I'm thinking is we do the same thing in the backyard. It'll be easier in the backyard. We start like 6 inches from the fence line, and we dig straight down, and then we lay a retaining wall there, and we have draining access points, which really is just PVC tubing you place at the bottom of the retaining wall so water can get through. Because that's what damages retaining walls, is water pressure causes the dirt to expand and get heavy, and that breaks the wall. You've seen videos of it online.
Oh yeah.
But so if we do the small one in the backyard, then we'll have the confidence and the know-how, because we've already fucked up multiple times doing the small one.
Yeah.
On how to do the front yard. And if we do it in the backyard, we don't need a fucking
Property
permit.
value is gonna go up really good though.
Yes, I'm gonna piss off my neighbors, but it's my fucking house.
Oh, it's a good thing there's no HOA.
We're gonna
there.
paint, like, the garage is half of it's getting turned into like a shop. You see the big ass pegboard?
Oh, I did.
dog.
Yeah.
Kara was like, why do you care about that? I was like, do you know how expensive that is?
Oh, those pegboards are not cheap, man.
I was like, that's like OG.
And they're so
pegboard.
useful to have, man.
Dude, I'm stealing all the pegboard pegs from my current landlord's pegboard out in the garage. I'm taking all of them bitches. I don't care. They're all mine now.
I've got a bunch of them over at Grandpa's, too.
Yeah, I've got stainless steel pegboards, too. The ones that I think I sent you a picture of a long time ago in Georgia. I still have those. I just never set them up here.
Okay.
So
cool.
I'm telling you, dog, like we're gonna paint the floor.
Big plans are coming. And then when we get set up, we'll get a nice little JDM car.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about how we're gonna wide body the Integra. I have expanding foam.
Okay.
We're gonna do it that way.
You want to do? Are you talking about expanding foam with fiberglass or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I have some mesh. It's like 8 inches wide mesh. We're gonna cut it to like 3 inches, and line the wheel wells with it so it sticks out. And we're gonna fill in that triangle that forms.
Okay.
From the mesh in the fender, we're gonna fill that with the expanding foam, and then we're gonna sand that down to the shape we want. Then we're gonna fiberglass it, and then we're gonna wrap the bitch.
Don't they actually make like a wide body kit for that Integra though?
$1,800.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I'm not doing that.
Well, I was just
and
curious.
and the wide body kits are all plastic.
So you'd have to Bondo all of it.
So you'd have to Bondo all of it, and if you get into any type of wreck, it's just, the car's destroyed because the plastic's just going to snap. What I have currently is all flexible and aluminum, except for the front and rear bumpers, which are plastic. But like, I don't want to replace the fenders with plastic. I want to keep the metal fenders. And then if I need to, I'd rather, like if it wrecks, I'd rather we destroyed a homemade body kit than
That's understandable.
$1,800 RS body kit.
Yeah, that's totally understandable.
Because like at the end of the day, like I am still going to be dailying the car fairly often until I buy another car I can daily, and then we just race that one.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm excited to move out there.
Dude, steps.
We've lived together before, but like you're one of the few people that I have lived with that I don't feel like I want to kill every day. And
I'm a really easy person to live with, I feel like.
Well, you are. And
like I clean up fairly regularly. Like I mean sometimes I get sad and then I'm like I don't want to do the dishes. But I don't have to worry about that now. I have a dishwasher at my new house.
Oh wait, does it?
It has a dishwasher.
I didn't even realize that.
I know.
I mean, I seen the fridge and it's really nice.
I know. It's got 2 Lazy Susans right there in the counters. Oh, dude.
I love the countertops though.
I know. I want to expand the one into a bar so we can put bar stools there.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, I mean, it looks nice, dude. I'm really happy with what we found.
Yeah, I know. I think that with us, like, moving, you know, because I told you I would, you know, give you guys the time, and then maybe, like, towards the end of the month, I'd start bringing my shit out there.
Yeah.
Like, around, like, 23rd, 24th.
Yeah, around the time that I'll be done cleaning up here is about the time that you should start, like, moving your shit.
Yeah, and it was like, I'm not, like, in an absolute rush to do it. Like, that's why I figured I'd give you guys the time to do it.
Yeah, let us get settled in a little bit, because this has been a shitty process.
Oh yeah, and even if I did have to wait a little bit longer, I mean, I'm okay with that. But
I'm more or less just happy that I was able to buy a house in this economy.
Yeah, that too. But I know the closer that I get to be able to like be moving out, I've noticed like a couple things.
Yeah.
Like with the family, and they're like, you know, Dad didn't like actually come out and tell me like, yeah, it sucks you're going to, like, he was like, a couple nights ago, he like was talking.
I won't have anybody to do anything.
Well, no, he was actually kind of being sincere about it. And
yeah, I figured. I'm just being.
He was. Oh, I know. But he's like, you know, kind of sucks that you're moving out. And he's like, I know you have before. And he's like, but you know, do like the company. He's like, it's gonna be a little quiet without you here.
It's never quiet in that house.
No, it's not.
I think he means I won't have anybody to talk to.
Nope. He won't.
Because it's never quiet in the house. He's always blasting like
the
John
TV.
Wayne on fucking volume 100, loud enough that like I can hear it outside.
So I told him one day, I was like, do you need fucking hearing aids, dude?
He
I'm
definitely
like,
does. Because when I can hear John Wayne from the driveway saying, "You son of a bitch," I'm like, oh, fucking Bam's awake.
Yeah, I mean, so, but most of the family has been supportive about it. Like, I've had...
Yeah, really, the only people that wouldn't be are the ones that are like, I don't have a personal slave.
Yeah,
anymore.
so that was like a topic of discussion yesterday between me and Dad. And
Yeah.
it was like, I'm not going to say who, but basically he was like, well, I don't know what they're going to do when you're not here because I'm not going to do it. And I know for a fact that you're not going to drive over an hour away just to do something like that. And I'm like, not a fucking chance.
Not without getting paid, and not
Nope.
in the Jimmy, because the Jimmy has problems.
Yep. And I was like, not a fucking chance. I can understand, like, maybe coming up, like, once, maybe at max, like, twice a week or something.
Yeah,
But,
that's fine.
like-
That's about how often I see my mom, is like once a week or once every other week.
Exactly.
That's like normal.
Mhm.
Because my mom, and now she'll live further away, but my mom lives like 45 minutes away
But,
from me.
like I tried to tell them, too, like, I've been busting my ass to try to find a job out there. So
Yeah.
I'm going back to work, like, so I'm not going to have that time.
Yeah, like I will have a boss.
Yep.
Like, and like bills technically. Like,
Mhm. Yeah, you're right. So, like, it's been a couple interesting topics of discussion, to say
yeah.
the least.
Well, it's weird because your family for so long has always had you at somewhere in Dayton that they can just be like, oh, Jason's not doing anything.
Yeah, he'll do it. And
yeah, he's 10 minutes away. He has no reason to say no. And then you're like, fuck, you're right.
And
I
then,
don't
like-
have any reason to say no.
Well, like a good example would be like when I lived in Hamilton.
Yeah,
Like,
Hamilton's far.
Like, that was really about the only time, like, when everybody was like, well, fuck, he's so far away, he can't. And they didn't really bother me.
Yeah,
Except
not
for
as
maybe
much.
like one or two people, but they...
Yeah, the normals.
Yeah. So, it'll be a very nice change of pace, to say the least.
Yeah, and it's a nice quiet town for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Like from my buddies on the sheriff's department, they say like the worst things they deal with, they're like, I mean, like meth is a problem in like the outlier parts of town, but like it's really just like domestic violence stuff.
Oh, you know that my cousin's a cop out there, right?
Yes, that's right. I
Billy.
think I made
Yeah,
fun of
Billy.
your cousin.
Yeah.
I think I made fun of your cousin.
It's Raymond's son,
Yeah.
which I've got some choice of words for him when I see him. Because he, you know, I don't give a shit what's happened. Your dad's dying of stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
You know, and
Go see your dad.
go see your dad, dude. Like,
Yeah, don't be a cock.
like,
But I think that's what I was giving him shit for, because when we were doing like some event at the armory over there was a bunch of Greenville cops, and I was like, Daughtery,
mm-hmm.
you fucking Billy, you piece of shit. I didn't know you were a cop. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And I'm like wearing camouflage and like holding a gun. Like, fuck you.
Last time I seen him was like at Grandma's funeral. And I was like,
Damn,
you got a
really?
lot of fucking balls to show up like when you guys weren't even around. Like,
He's probably hoping for something. Did Grandma leave anything in her will for me?
that's why
I hate those motherfuckers.
I can't stand it. That's why when something ever happens to Grandpa or Uncle Raymond, it's going to be a shit
the
show.
vultures.
Yeah.
The vultures.
It's going to be terrible.
Yeah. It's going to be wild.
Well,
But I think it's a good spot to cut
Yeah.
it. I'll have all this thrown up tonight.
that works.
Cool. Thank you for listening. Shane
Yep.
Gillis is a bull, a wannabe bull. My mom's boyfriend is a pushover. That's it. Later.
Later.
And you've got to indicate to the people who run